So I'm sure there's quite a few of you that are sitting thinking to yourselves, it's about goddamn time. I was waiting. And especially with this palette and this time of year, I think it does make sense. So if you've been following me for quite some time, you would have known that a couple of months back I did a series, one whole week, with the Beauty Bay Smoky palette, a different day, a different eye makeup look. And so many of you had asked for, bits of lip liner everywhere. So many of you had asked for a series on the Rich Rich palette from Beauty Bay. I was requested to do this, I think it was around the start of the summer, but hear me out, looking at these shades and tones in this palette, it screams autumnal. This is more of a autumnal fall-like palette, especially with these shades and tones. So that's why I was holding off until September, October time, because these are the tones and the shades that are in at the minute. They're seasonal. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. This is the first of this week, of course. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy. Stick around this week for just a week of the Rich Rich palette. And I'm sorry if you're not interested, but each day will be a completely different eye makeup look. All the eye makeup looks are not going to be like warm brown smoky eyes. I want to do something with these purple shades, maybe pinks and golds and stuff. We're going to spice it up. I'm so sorry, my background is looking dismal. It's looking so bare. I've got rid of the picture that I always had sitting here to my right, or to my left, sorry. Yeah, my left. Because I'm in the process of doing a gallery wall in my living room. I'm filming it for you, but turns out we don't have the right drill. Anyway, don't know why I'm getting into this right now, but yeah, so that's where that picture has gone. I was just trimming a couple of shadow shields there because I'm going to start with the eyes. P. Louise eyeshadow base. So I still get asked now and again about my shadow shields, where I get them. So this is one shadow shield, but I just cut it in half. I feel like this is just a bit much, and because it has curve in it, I just don't like how that would maybe make the eye makeup look, whereas I cut them down the middle, which creates that obvious straight line, and then this is how I stick it, you know. So this is going to be going on this side. I used to get my shadow shields on eBay or Amazon, but I ended up getting 100 off Shein. So these are the ones from Shein, like She Glam or whatever, and I think these were a couple of pounds. So I can link them down below if you want to have a wee nosy, and like the amount that I have here, this will literally do me like a couple of years. No joke. Obviously depending on how often I use them. I don't really use shadow shields that often anymore. It's just for certain or particular makeup looks, to be honest. So what we're doing, I think I want to do a spotlight eye, just a really simple matte but bold spotlight eye. So I'm going to start with fondant. So I hope that this makeup look isn't too boring to be the first of this week's series. Do you know what it is? I just decided to do this, to start this morning, whereas the last time I done a series with a Beauty Bay palette, the Smoky series, I had planned it for a week before I'd done it, or like a couple weeks ahead of myself, thinking of what particular makeup looks I was wanting to do. I thoroughly planned the makeup looks I was going to do. Whereas now, today, I'm just jumping into it. So this is why I haven't really given myself time to think about what I want to do. So I'm probably going to do that this evening. Or do you know what? You can let me know what particular makeup looks you want to see from this eyeshadow palette. I have a couple of ideas that I'm kind of throwing about my mind, but I like to kind of tread water before I dive deep in. So this is why we're doing something a wee bit more simple. So you know the deal with a spotlight eye. Just packing on the inner and outer corner. And I'm going to blend with this shade on a Morphe M562. Taking that first brush that I used and the darkest brown in the palette, I'm going to start packing this on the outer corner. Just really close to that lash line. I probably already know the answer to this question, but by all means, please do let me know if you want me, after I have done a series on this palette here this week. Do let me know if you want me to do the same type of series situation with the rest of the Beauty Bay palettes, like the earthy palette, which is the green one, and the midnight palette, which is the blues and purples, and then there's the fiery 2.0 palette. Would you be interested in that? It's actually one of my favorites. But yeah, do let me know if you want a series with each of those palettes. It might not be anytime soon, just whenever I get around to it, but by all means, please do let me know, because I feel like sometimes this is actually quite handy, because if you're somebody that just buys these palettes, right, because they're so big, they're amazing palettes and they're so cohesive, but sometimes you don't know what to do with all these shades. So I think that, not to tip my own horn or anything, that these wee tutorials are quite good in showing you how to use all of these palettes and creating all these different looks. Eye makeup looks with all these different shades and tones that's in the palette, and just showing you how to work with it and showing you how to use it and get your use and wear out of it. And then taking this shade here, yeah, it should be okay. I'm just checking to say that this shade isn't too yellow, because I'm going to just press this up the center of the lid just so you set that area. Now for my wing, this is the What's a Beauty liquid liner in the shade Kemet. I sent these lashes recently from Baby Doll. I think you can get these in Primark, but they sent me their new styles, so I have this half lash. I think I might go for this one, it's really pretty. And then we have a wispy lash, and then a flutter lash. These are really nice as well, actually. And then for skin, this is the Doll Beauty Perfecting Primer. I quite like this. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I do. Looking at the packaging and kind of thinking of the name, I thought it was going to be more of a silky primer, you know, like a silicone primer, but it's not. It's actually more hydrating than that. There's like, whenever it dries, it's got the tiniest slightest bit of stick and tag to it, but I feel like it's actually more hydrating on the skin than anything. There will be a day where I film and there isn't somebody cutting grass or the council making noise. I'm going to mix the Be Perfect Cosmetics with the chroma cover. This is the medium coverage, the illuminating one. Well, it's more of like a luminous coverage and finish, sorry. And then a wee bit of the Huda Beauty Faux Filter. I don't actually think this is my colour. This is Creme Brulee. Yeah, it should be okay. I'm trying to get rid of this. There's only like the tiniest wee slither. And then the shade in the Be Perfect is N5. Ooh, that's quite dark for me. It'll do, it'll do. We'll just lighten it if need be with concealer. I usually am N4, I think. But talking about Be Perfect Cosmetics, I'm actually very close to going through my entire makeup collection and binning everything Be Perfect Cosmetics. It's just a shame that they do my favourite foundation of all time. I have recently seen something to do with Be Perfect Cosmetics and yeah, I no longer support them. It's sad and I'm disappointed, and it's also just unfortunate that they just happen to make my favourite foundation of all time. So do you think, can I not support Be Perfect Cosmetics but still use their foundation? But no, I will talk about it eventually, because I feel like I haven't mentioned, or I haven't seen anybody mentioning it or talk about it, and I feel like somebody needs to, somebody needs to talk about this. But it's involving Be Perfect Cosmetics and somebody who grooms children. Oh, sorry, James Charles. If you want to do your own digging with what's going to be happening with Be Perfect Cosmetics and James Charles, go ahead and do your own research. But I, for one, do not support predators, and I do not support anybody who grooms children or young teenagers. HB for concealer and cream bronze. So I'm taking the shade SF0, so this is quite light for me, so I just like to take a wee bit in the inner corner, and SF1W everywhere else. And then to cream bronze, this is SF5, 5W. Okay, so I'm gonna leave my concealer looking like that, and I know it's looking a wee bit patchy, but I'm gonna go in and blend the cream bronzer. Cream blush. I'm gonna take this one from Merit. Again, I really liked it. I was quite surprised by it. Looking at it, oh, it's really dirty. There we go. It looks quite scary, doesn't it? Because it's bright red. It's in the shade Rouge, but it's quite sheer. Like it's nice, like a nice sheer. Like you can definitely build it up if you want to, but it kind of reminds me of like Supermodel blush. Just like a natural sheer flush on the skin. Like it is quite nice. I have to say, see this brand, I've been recently sent quite a few products by them, and I'm liking their products so far. They're so luxury feeling, but with a more affordable price tag. Because I was sent their latest serum. If you have me on Instagram, you would have seen that on my Instagram stories. They sent me like it's like a dual phase. What actually is it? It's literally just sitting right there. Hold on. Yeah, this is it. So it's the Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. I'm so looking forward to trying this. Like I've been seeing this everywhere online. Like the bottle itself is so luxurious. It's glass and frosted. So I just used the NARS setting powder. It's the light filtered one. I'm gonna set my skin with the Mellow Makeup Last Setting Spray. I get it. I get it. I get the hype. Oh my god. I have been absolutely obsessed with this setting spray since I tried it for the first time, like I think maybe last week, and look how much I've used already. I think it's because I use so much of it. I love it. I always just looked at this setting spray and thought, meh, mediocre. Didn't really understand why there was such a hype around this setting spray. But oh my goodness. I love it. Not only does it smell really nice, I feel like it really does set my makeup in place. It's also bringing back a bit of hydration into my skin from the powders. But no, this is a freaking goddamn brilliant setting spray. And the mister, this is why I'm able to go so ham with it. I'm sure you're probably thinking, calm down, Emma. Calm down in the setting spray, Jesus. But no, it creates the most perfect mist and veil over the skin. It's amazing that the mister is so good, and it just gives like a really nice, like perfect, natural looking finish to the skin. It doesn't provide a glow, it doesn't necessarily mattify the skin, it's just a natural finish. It's freaking perfect. This is a Mellow Cosmetics blush in just peach. Oh, this blush is so nice, the colour of that. I think there's a wee bit of, yeah, there is. There's a wee bit of sheen in the blush, and then a wee bit on the nose as well. And just using the exact same brush I was using for the blush, I'm going to go into this highlighter. It's absolutely stinking. It's my MAC Whisper of Guilt. I'm just going to hit the highest points of the cheekbones. So has anyone watched or seen the Amy Winehouse movie? I think it's called Back to Black. Me and Kyle watched it a couple of nights ago. It was really good. She looked nothing like her though. I think like if you took the girl out of like the costume and the big hair and the eyeliner, she looked nothing like her. I have to say, and you know what, it really doesn't matter. But I'm definitely the type of person that if I'm going to watch like a biography type of movie, I expect people to actually look like them, you know, because you cannot get any better than Straight Outta Compton. Have you ever watched Straight Outta Compton? Highly recommend. but they literally look how Ice Cube looked, and Dre, and Eazy-E. They were casted to perfection. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think Ice Cube, the wee fella that played Ice Cube, I think that's actually his son in real life. So of course it was gonna look like him. But they just looked like younger versions of themselves. The casting in that was brilliant. But anyway, back to the Amy Winehouse movie. It was really good. It was very good. I must actually watch it again. It kind of made me listen to her songs differently, from a different perspective, and just really listen to the lyrics and like take them in. And I feel like the lyrics, when you're listening to her songs now after watching the film, there's more of a meaning behind them, which is sad. Just to finish the eyes, I'm going to take a wee bit of black eyeliner. This is Toxic Trait from Pink Honey. This wee one here. It's just pitch black. And then taking the What's Up Beauty Watch Me. Is it called Watch Me? Yeah. Watch Me mascara, and this is just for my lower lashes. Boy by, I know, sorry, Run the World by Doll Beauty. So this is the Desi and Katie collab. A wee bit of P. Louise lip base. One last mist of scent spray. Oh, I just love the scent spray so much. So good. So guys, this is a complete makeup look. I hope it's all enjoyed. All the products that I did use will be listed and linked down below in the description box for you. And of course with the palette also. And do keep in mind that it doesn't just come in the 42 pound, you can get smaller pants as well. I will just kind of link as much as I can for you, just kind of give you a bit of an option. Please do subscribe if you haven't already, so we can keep up to date this week with this series. It wasn't that spectacular of an eye makeup look, but I'm loving it. I feel like the liquid liner and just a wee bit of mascara on the lower lashes has kind of just tied it all together. It's looking glam and just fierce, like a fierce glam. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one tomorrow.